it's okay.
Well, hi, guys.
Hello.
How are you doing? LOL, you can't respond. I hope you're doing well.
LOL. Type how you're doing in the comments.
Yeah.
Or don't.
Please, let us know.
But yeah, this is Shelf Life. Welcome back. I'm Val.
I'm Leah.
And today we are talking about The Silent Patient by Alex.
Michaelides. Michaelides? How would you say that?
Mike Leedy.
It's like Michaelides.
Michaelides.
Okay.
I have like zero confidence in that. Alex. Alex M.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, welcome back. I feel like we haven't done a check-in in a while. So,
Okay.
Leah, tell me something that you have been loving. Something that you've been obsessed with lately. Or a couple things.
Well, I feel like this goes without saying because everybody feels this way, but the weather has been so nice recently. So I've been going outside more and prioritizing walking. There's people at freaking Pettibone right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just noticed. Anyways,
Only in
sorry,
Wisconsin.
got distracted. Yeah, I've just been trying to get outside more and focusing on getting my step goal in. Oh my god, I literally walked 15,000 steps yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay.
But I finally have hit like an average of over 10,000, which is what I've been trying to get for so long. On that note, though, I've been running again.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's been fun. So I want to kind of maybe get back into that a little more consistently, just to see what I can do. And I think it'd be fun to run 5Ks, whether or not I actually register for like actual 5Ks going on or just running them myself. It's just surprising when I can actually run that
Yeah.
far. I don't know. I've never been a runner, you guys, so it's a big deal to me.
Love that.
Yeah. Working out, feeling good about my muscles.
Okay.
I'd flex for you, but there's too many people around.
It's okay. She flexes for me, guys.
Yeah, that was
Something you don't
special.
get to enjoy.
No. But oh, in case you ever want to see my gym content, though, I've never actually
Yes.
promoted this before, so the first time for everything, you guys. You guys are special. I have an Instagram account. It's called With Leo Wellness, and I post my pump pictures on there. So check it out.
Go
follow it.
follow it.
Yep.
Go follow it.
But anyways, now that I can be done yapping, Val, what have you been loving recently?
I mean, yeah, the weather. I've been loving the weather. I sat outside. Guys, I actually got a little sunburn today. You can't see it, but like she's a little pink, so I'm really happy about that. Yeah, I've been loving the weather. I also have been addicted. Have you heard of the show Traitors? I just recently heard of it. Did you ever play like Mafia or Werewolf with people? It's like a social deduction game where like somebody is like a murderer and then you'll like put your heads down and then like at night they like wake up and pick someone to kill, and then there's like a doctor and like a doctor can pick someone to save, and then in the daytime you like find out who dies, and then you have to all try and guess who like. You never
No.
played that game?
The closest thing I've ever played was it Frogger, where I don't think that's it, where you like stick your tongue out at the person and they die, and then you like you're all in
where
a
you
circle.
like sit in a circle?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, it's not that, but it's very similar.
Okay.
But there's just like more conversation. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, you don't get to see who gets picked or anything, but yeah, you get to like talk about whatever. So yeah, it's like a reality show where like all these people go live in like this mansion together.
Really?
And some people are traitors, and then they like get to compete in games, like try and win money for the pot and then like shields to protect them from being murdered.
Interesting.
But then you're trying to guess like who the traitors are. I have been obsessed with the show. Like I can't
Sounds fascinating.
get enough of it. Partly because like when I was in RA, we used to play that game all the time.
Okay.
Like it was, yeah. So like
Makes
I don't
sense.
know. It's kind of fun. I can't stop watching it. Yeah.
Well, if I ever sit down and need a good show to watch, I'll look it up.
I started a free Peacock trial literally just to watch this show.
Yeah, I don't know if I have Peacock, so I might have to get a free trial.
Well, anyways, today we are at Riverside Park because, like we said, it's so nice and warm outside.
Yeah.
And today we're going to do a drink review because we actually have drinks for you guys.
Well, mine's gone now.
Oh.
But I had the Go-Getter smoothie. There's a sipper and there's a chugger. But to be fair, we have been here for an hour, and this was a protein shake. It was actually it was a Go-Getter smoothie, which I've explained this drink to you guys before, but it is 2 shots of espresso, chocolate sauce, chocolate protein powder, milk, and a banana. It's so fucking good. Yeah, because I, came straight from work, so I needed a meal, basically. It's not a meal, but I'll consider it a meal today. I need my protein. Yeah.
Sustenance. If people consider iced coffee a meal, that's considered a meal.
Yeah. Val, what do you have?
I'm not talking to my mic anymore, just in case anyone was wondering.
Okay, we have to redo that. Val, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a nice caramel latte.
And how would you rate it?
I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
What are you rating yours?
I'm going to give mine a 10 out of 10.
Perfect. That is so shocking. I never would have seen that coming.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Time to get into the episode.
Book. Synopsis.
Okay, so there's this woman named Alicia, and she kills her husband one night, and nobody knows why, because she goes mute afterwards and literally does not speak at all.
She also tries to kill herself
Yes.
after that.
Yes, that's right. I forgot that.
Oh, yeah. Trigger warning. Book is a lot about suicide. So,
Yes.
there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's basically a mystery around what happened to her husband and why she killed him, because she was seemingly like totally normal before this happened. It's told through the perspective of this psychotherapist, Theo, and also through some of Alicia's diary entries, and then flashbacks into some of Theo's like backstory. So yeah, that's basically all I can say.
Yeah. Well, and one more important thing is that ever since Alicia killed her husband, she went completely silent and like is completely mute.
Yes.
So that's why it's told through her
Diary
psychotherapist
entries.
and her diary entries, is because she doesn't talk. So, yes.
She was also a very artsy person. So there's a couple references to like paintings throughout the book. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like that was important.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, so getting into how you liked the book, Val. What were your thoughts?
I loved it. I'm gonna speak more about exactly what I loved about it
Okay.
when we get to the end, but I
Okay.
gave it a 5 on Goodreads. I
You
gave it a 5.
did? Wow, Val never does this, you
Yup.
guys.
I think this is like the first or second book that we've read on the podcast that I've given a 5.
That's crazy.
I really enjoyed it.
It changed your life?
I mean, like, I don't usually love thrillers as much.
Well, I'm glad
So,
you enjoyed it.
I really
Yeah.
did like it.
Good.
And yeah, I think that the character Theo is such an he's such an interesting character.
Mhm.
And I think that was part of like why I liked it so much.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I give it a 4 on Goodreads. I feel like I read a lot of thrillers. This one was really, really good. I did like it. I was not expecting the ending. And yeah, but I don't know. I can't really elaborate more
Yeah.
at the current moment, you guys.
Yeah. Once again,
Um,
hard with the thrillers because, like, obviously what we want to talk about, we can't yet.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
now we're going to spoil it all for you. And then we'll
Yay!
talk more about it.
You have been warned.
So, moving on.
Mhm.
a really hard life. His dad was very abusive. I believe his dad was an alcoholic. His mom was like, I don't know exactly how to word this in like a gentle way, but very much like a victim.
Yeah.
And like felt very trapped in the situation and didn't really do anything to like try and get out of it, and didn't necessarily help Theo to get out of it either. So he grew up having a really hard childhood. When he gets to college, he tries to overdose and kill himself, but failed. After that, he decides, okay, I really don't want to die. Like, I want to try and like turn things around. Like, I don't want to let my dad impact me anymore. So he starts going to therapy, and long-winded route of this, he decides that studying psychology is like his passion, and he wants to also, you know, like understand people and like why their childhoods affect them in the way that they do. So he, you know, becomes a psychotherapist and learns about Alicia's case and her murder with her husband and everything. And like Leah said, Alicia, after killing her husband, she goes to her studio and paints this picture. It's, oh my God, what is it called?
Alcestis.
Alcestis, yes. Which is based off of a Greek tragedy, which we'll kind of talk more about later and learn more about later. But the picture is, oh my gosh, what is the picture? She's completely nude. Is she painting in the picture?
With blood.
Yes, okay, yes.
Yeah.
So she does that and then tries to kill herself and ends up in a hospital instead of jail because they're like, oh, she's gone crazy.
Yeah.
And basically Theo wants to work with her and to figure out like, why isn't she talking? And yeah. So he gets a job at this hospital.
Yep.
Do you want to go?
Sure. Yeah, he gets a job at this hospital, and he meets all of the other therapists, and they kind of talk about Alicia's experience, I guess, there, and yeah, he just kind of dives in head first with treating her and some of the other patients. One of the patients, Alif, she causes Alicia a lot of issues. She's just very like temperamental. She's a very angry person, and she provokes Alicia by saying like certain things that are just so out of pocket. So Alicia has like tried to attack her a couple different times. And yeah, so keep that in mind. Let's see. Well, basically,
we're trying to record. Can you keep it down?
Yeah, right? So...
Or ignore me, that's fine.
I hate people. So, basically, like, his treatment with Alicia is very slow going because she's not speaking. So it's a lot of just them sitting in the same room and Theo basically talking to her, and trying to get her to respond in any way. Even a nonverbal response is any progress. So yeah, that's basically how it goes for a little while, and he starts like discussing some of his own childhood memories, which is not really what a therapist is supposed to do, but he's just trying to connect with her in a way where she'll open up, and yeah, then he suggests I cannot speak today. He goes to Diomedes. Diomedes. How are we? Diomedes. Okay. He approaches.
I call him Damascus. Where am I getting that from?
I don't know. He approaches Diomedes, who is like the director. No, well, he's like the therapist director, not like the head person of the
Yeah.
facility, but kind of like a step below that. But he approaches him and he's like, hey, we should get her into like using art again as a form of expression. And yeah, so she already is in art therapy, but she just does not actually respond to that, I guess. Like, she doesn't actually do anything in that. So they decide to set her up in like this separate room where she can just be free to paint and, I guess, express herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to take it from here?
Sure. So at the same time, while he is doing like one-on-one therapy with her and like trying to get her to talk, he also decides to kind of take on like a detective role, and he is going out and meeting with people in her life previous to her being in the hospital to try and like piece together who she was as a person and like her relationship with her husband Gabe. So I think the first person that she meets with is Mark.
Max. Wait.
Max.
The brother? Right? Gabe's
Max.
brother? Yeah.
Max. So the first person that she goes and meets with is Max, who is Gabe's brother. And he essentially just starts meeting with all of these people to ask questions, try and round out a story. And from every person that he talks to, he's kind of growing a little bit like more and more suspicious that like something is kind of like going on and something isn't exactly like what happened that night. At the same time though, he's kind of like getting in trouble with the therapy institution because they're like, listen, you're like way too invested, and that's not something that therapists are like allowed to do. They're like, you're doing this because you have your own trauma and you're trying way too hard to like insert yourself into this position and get answers for yourself, basically. So he's not really getting a lot of support from the therapy institution, but he's continuing to do it anyways. So after visiting Max and meeting Max's wife, I'm not even going to try with her name, Kathy.
Nope. That's his wife.
Fuck.
I think it's Julia. I think that's Max's wife. Hold on, let's pull up our
I feel
friendly...
like it starts with a T.
Hold on. We're pulling out our names.
It's not Teresa. Tammy? It starts with a T.
Where? Tanya.
Tanya.
Yes.
Max's wife Tanya is like, you need to go talk to Alicia's brother, because after she also had a bad experience with her parents, so she lived with her. Oh, it's not her brother. It's her cousin. Guys, I literally finished this book today. I don't know what my problem is. Oh my god. Okay. He needs to go talk to her cousin because they lived together, and she lived with her aunt and her cousin because she had a bad relationship with her parents, and yeah.
And that was Paul.
Paul.
Yes. And the
Jean Felix.
well
I wanna talk
that
about
was
him.
Lydia too. Lydia is the aunt.
Lydia is the aunt.
And they did not have a good relationship.
No.
There are so many dogs. Oh my god. Are they like volunteering?
Dog. Oh my god.
Are they?
Oh my god.
I think they
God.
are.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love
It's like
it.
a dog train. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I want the little brown one. The one in the middle.
Oh my god, he's so cute. I've never seen a dog like that. He looks like a lab and a wiener dog mix.
Yeah.
I think they are all together. Look at them.
I
They're
need to
so
take a video.
smart.
Do you think they're all like adoptable dogs?
I think you should go ask. Excuse me.
Guys, I can't get a dog yet, but I want one so bad.
That little brown one is cute.
It is cute. Oh.
He's like the perfect size for a dog.
Yeah. Well, as a puppy, I want a dog that's bigger.
That's so interesting. I would never want a big dog.
Really?
It's like a horse running through your house. It's like, it feels so distracting. I look at my cats and I'm like, you are so small and tiny and you wreak enough havoc. I cannot imagine having anything larger than you. And like, you see people with like my mom grew up with a dog so big she could ride it as a kid. Like, I forget what like
was
a
it?
Saint Bernard or something.
Oh,
like one
yeah.
of those big ones.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn.
it's big.
Those are very big.
Those are massive.
I'm talking like a golden retriever. That's a pretty good
Yeah.
size for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it
so
is big.
cute.
I don't know if I'd consider it a horse, but I think that's funny. We should.
God. Oh my god, look at how happy he is. He got so happy.
The white one?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you think your cats would do with a dog?
That's one of Jace's concerns. He doesn't
Yeah.
think the cats would get along with the dogs.
I feel like they would eventually
I feel like too.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Well, Jace is concerned that if we got a puppy, that Onyx would bully it.
Toughen him up.
It would.
He'd
Yeah.
be such a bad parent.
Toughen him up. Just makes you stronger.
Yeah. Put some dirt on it. You're fine.
But yeah, no, I could definitely see Onyx being a little bitch and like attacking the puppy and the puppy like not liking cats because of that.
I could see
I don't wanna-
Boog being really scared of it.
That too. Okay. We were talking about Paul and Lydia. So basically, I am shocked that I remember that.
Yeah.
Alicia, she has a very bad relationship with Lydia. I don't even know why. Lydia's just a bitch, and she's also very overweight as well. And Alicia ends up making this painting of Lydia on a bed with like her fat spilling everywhere, and Lydia gets so upset about that, and I thought that was hilarious.
I thought so too.
But yeah, so she just does not like her at all. That's important to the story. Yeah, and okay, so after she visits with Paul, Paul tells, did I say he or she?
She. That's okay though.
After Theo visits with Paul, Paul tells him that he should go talk to John Felix, who was Alicia's like art
Curator.
Yeah. And also, like, they had been friends for a while. And yeah. Turns out John Paul has some kind of, like, freakish obsession with Alicia's work and just her as a person. Like, he just feels attached to her. And, yeah, he just seems like a weird character. But
He said that, like, Gabe was basically, like, he didn't like Gabe didn't like him, and that was where a lot of their tension came from. That's
Yeah.
what Jean-Paul said
yeah.
to Theo. Sorry that I interrupted you.
No, you're good. You're okay. I was just gonna say that, Alicia, I keep saying it wrong.
It's okay.
Alicia approached John Felix and told him that she wanted to take her art out of his studio. Is that like
Yeah. Yeah, so so that's what we learned from like Theo's perspective. At the same time, we're also getting diary entries from
Yes.
Alicia. And yeah, something that we learn is that she had been having kind of like boundary issues with Jean-Paul for a while.
important to note on that topic? John Felix would just kind of walk into her. He would just waltz into her studio, like just walk
Yeah.
into her home, walk into her studio. He'd just show up. He just
Yeah.
let himself in. Okay, carry on.
Yeah. So Jean Felix said that they were like best friends and that whatever, like it was like his right basically.
Yeah.
She wasn't a fan of this, had been really struggling with these boundaries for a while, so she was like, look, I don't really want to like be super close friends anymore. I don't think that you should be like, I don't think that I should be in your studio anymore. I don't want to be putting my art out there. And he doesn't take it very well, but she like wants to try and like kind of smooth things over, whatever. But Jean Felix doesn't tell Theo this. She puts it in her journal.
Mhm.
Looping back to now, kind of where we're at, Alicia gives Theo her journal that she had been writing in. Also, keep in mind that this journal had been written the couple weeks prior to her murdering her husband.
Mm-hmm.
So it had been like basically like an account of all of the events that like led up to that.
Yes.
In this journal at the same time.
You go.
Oh.
I was going to say something, but you keep talking.
Okay.
I'll bring it up after.
Okay. But yeah, so in this journal entry at the same time, she is starting to feel like there's someone watching her.
Mm-hmm.
We get to meet another character whose name is Barbie. She is their neighbor, and she basically confides in Barbie one day that she's like, I feel like I keep seeing somebody who's like outside, like following me,
Mm-hmm.
and that I'm seeing often. And they were like, Barbie basically believes her, everyone else doesn't.
Yeah.
Something that is kept really under the radar is that when Alicia's dad died, did he kill himself too?
Yes.
Okay. When Alicia's dad commits suicide, she has kind of like a mental episode and like ends up spending time. Does she spend time in like a psych hospital, or does she just like go to therapy or something, but like it's on medication?
Did she go to a hospital at all, or was that Christian treating her?
She did go to a hospital. She did have something happen when her dad died, but that was kept
Okay.
under wraps.
Okay. I can't remember, honestly.
Because that's why Gabe made her go back to Christian
That makes
in the
sense.
journal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So she had some sort of struggle with her
Mhm.
mental health when her dad died. So she kind of like under the radar went to see like a psychiatrist or a therapist or somebody to be treated for it. So
Mhm.
when she starts to say that she's seeing people again, her husband Gabe is like, no, you're not. Like, I don't believe you. I think you're having another episode. I think that you need to go back to the doctor, get back on meds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Two things that I want to talk about. Number one, while all this is going on,
I completely forgot about this whole half of the story.
yeah, so we're getting information on Theo and his wife, Kathy. And we learn about their relationship kind of from the beginning, like when they met, and it like starts out with them like at dinner with friends or something and discussing that. But then as time goes on, we learn, and Kathy's an actor, so she's like always staying late, like practicing her lines and whatever. And Theo becomes a little suspicious of that. Yeah, she ends up leaving her laptop open one night, and he finds messages that Kathy had sent to a different person, and essentially she's having an affair. So he starts to just be, I guess, more aware of her actions and like her lying. And yeah, so that story is unraveling.
He's also trying to like catch her in her lies. He also chooses to like follow her when she's like, oh, I'm gonna go hang out with friends, or I'm gonna be late at rehearsal. Like, he'll go follow her to like catch her and her affair
Yes.
person.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, and the second thing that I wanted to tie into that was another character that we haven't talked about a ton is another therapist named Christian. He also works at the hospital where Alicia is residing. And Theo has actually worked with him in the past at a different facility.
They went to college together, didn't they?
Did they? I thought they worked together at the previous place. Regardless,
Yeah.
they had ties in the past, and Theo did not really like him, and vice versa. They just, I don't know, they didn't mesh well. Yeah. So as Theo is doing all of this investigating on the side, he ends up figuring out that Alicia had seen somebody off the radar for, like when she was struggling with seeing things, people, whatever. And he cannot find any record of who treated her. Eventually, he uncovers that it was Christian. And yeah, so he approaches Christian with that information, and he was like, so you didn't feel like you should disclose that you worked with her in the past? And that becomes kind of an ordeal. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we find out that Christian had been being paid for seeing patients and was prescribing them like medication and everything, but he was being paid cash, so like and wasn't claiming any of it. So he obviously didn't want to disclose any of this information because that's, I mean, he's committing tax fraud and that's illegal to do.
Especially as a therapist who's prescribing drugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Can we tie back into Max for a second?
Yes.
So, when Theo had visited Max, I think actually the reason why he went to visit Paul was because of Tanya. Tanya's the one who told him. But, there was just kind of weird tension between Tanya and Max, and Theo picked up on that. And then, we learned through Alicia's journals that her and Max had some sort of history. And Max had kissed her. And then basically tried telling her that he loved her. And then things were weird. And she told him that basically fuck off. And he didn't like that. And he was just very violent and argumentative about it. And yeah. Yeah. So that's important to note. Like, that happened, and Max never disclosed that to Theo. Theo did find out because Alicia ended up giving him her journal. That was, like, her first way of communicating to him. Oh, my God, it's BB. And the mayor. Celebrities of lacrosse, you guys.
Gosh.
That is crazy. It's a crazy reunion here.
Oh my gosh. We're in the presence of some very wonderful
famous people. Yeah. Wow.
And the mayor.
It's crazy. Yeah. But basically, yeah.
I'm so distracted. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, she gives him her journal, and then he reads it, and he starts to understand a little bit more about Alicia and her past and the things that led up to the murder of her husband. Yeah. Take it away from here.
I feel like I have like a little bit of a hole. So I'm just gonna keep going, and if I'm missing something, stop me.
Okay.
But yeah, he reads her journal and gives it back to her. And then from then on, is that when she starts talking? What happens next?
Well, do you want to mention the painting? Because I think that happened before the journal.
Oh, yeah.
And I forgot that, but...
So she ended up, like we mentioned earlier, she got permission to have paints and everything. And so she had worked on this painting for a couple of days, and it is the psychiatric facility on fire. And outside of it, the only two people who are in the painting is Theo, and he is holding Alicia. And as Theo sees this painting, he's like, I honestly cannot tell if it looks like I'm saving her from the fire or if I'm throwing her into the fire. So he was like, that's really interesting. However, after she finishes this painting, he goes into work one day. There's chaos everywhere, and like, what is happening, right? So Alif, one of the other patients that we mentioned, had written, I think, slut on it?
Yeah.
Had written slut on the painting, and he smiled at me. I smiled back.
I couldn't wave because I was leaning on my hand. Anyways, sorry.
But yeah, so she like defaced her painting,
Mm-hmm.
and then
She attacked her with a
she
paintbrush.
attacked her with a paintbrush. She stabbed her in the eye.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
With this paintbrush. So they essentially backtrack. They take everything back. They're like, bro, you really can't work with her anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They had slowly started taking her off of her meds because he was like, you have her basically sedated. Like, she can't
Yeah.
even function as a human being. Like, in order to make any progress and hopes that she'll talk, you have to tone back on the meds.
Yeah.
So they do. But then this happens. So then they're like, we're drugging her back up, taking the paints away. Like, you're kind of stepping out of it. Like, you're kind of done.
Yeah.
Obviously, he does not stop. He continues. This is where my gap is feeling a little fuzzy, but he reads her journal, gives it back, and then
She does start talking.
she eventually starts talking to him. And
I know they go out in the courtyard and
share a little ciggy.
yeah, they share a cigarette. Or I don't know if they're sharing one, but they are both
They have
smoking.
one, yeah.
Yeah. And they're just kind of starting off small and giving a little background, or Alicia's talking about like kind of her story, and she doesn't want to disclose what happened that night yet. So then as they're walking, you know, they're kind of slowly leading up to it. And then when they get back inside, she does like sit down and she starts talking about what happened. And she says that, and obviously Theo had read her journal, so he knows that there was a person that was like stalking her essentially. And then the journal ends up leaving off on he's in the house. Like this person like entered the house. So that's important. But yeah, she tells him that, you know, this character entered her home and basically ended up tying her up and waited until Christian got home.
Nope.
Sorry. Waited until Gabriel got home. And then they also tied Gabriel up and they shot Gabriel in the head and untied her or let her go, or did she say they left her tied up?
They left her tied up.
Okay, but then they basically left. That's the story she told, and then Theo was like, that's bullshit, I don't believe it, she's lying.
Yeah, because when the police had found her, she was not tied up to a chair. So
there was also a bullet hole in the ceiling as well.
yes, and she like falsely recounted the amount of times that Gabe was shot and whatever.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, like I don't believe her. She's lying, whatever. So he like kind of goes to Diomedes and like tells him all of this and whatnot. So at the same time, we're learning, you know, about Theo's life with his wife and whatever. And he officially is following his wife and seeing her meet this guy in a park and like,
Oh my god, they literally went into the woods and they fucked.
yeah. So he's like witnessing all of this and
Yeah.
he decides that he like wants to follow the guy to try and like learn about him. So as he like follows the guy home, sees him go home, sees that this guy like also is married, also has a wife, like, and he hates this guy. He's like, I wish I could kill him. I don't want him around. He also feels like very sympathetic for the wife because he's like, we're basically in the same position.
Yeah.
Like she probably doesn't know that he's cheating. So yeah, he kind of
More dogs.
More dogs. Wait, are these the same ones?
They might
These
be.
are the same ones. I see that
Yeah.
lady in the purple shirt. I think
Yeah.
she's the
They're
ringleader of the
training them.
dogs.
Ringleader.
But yeah, so he starts to then follow the wife because he's essentially trying to decide like, okay, what can I do to like let this girl know that her husband is cheating on her? what ends up happening is he goes into work one day and he hears that there has been an accident and that somehow one of the staff members, what's his name? Yuri?
Yeah.
Yuri left a medicine cabinet open and unlocked, and Alicia had grabbed a bottle of pills and overdosed. So she is in like the psychiatric or the medical wing, and she is in a coma. She didn't die, but they're like, she's in a coma, like this is like all that's gonna happen, like she's gonna basically be quiet forever. So he goes in to check on her and see how she's doing, and he's like looking at her, whatever. He was holding her hand, and he notices that he sees like a pinprick needle point in her arm, and he comes to find out that she actually had overdosed on morphine, not whatever drug that they said that she had taken. So they were like, somebody in the medical wing did this on purpose. Somebody killed her.
Yeah.
So they end up deducting that it's Christian because he was working in the medical wing, like with medication, and then with his past history with Alicia, it made sense, and he was the one who essentially murdered her. So he gets basically arrested for that.
Yep.
However,
well, first of all, they tried to blame Yuri, but then Theo was like, no, Yuri's like a good person. I don't really have anything bad to say about their character. But then Theo witnesses Yuri giving drugs to Elif. So yeah, that was crazy. But we find out from Alicia's journal that Theo was the man stalking her. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
yep.
She knew from the beginning, basically, that it was him.
Yes.
And yeah. Yeah. So that was wild.
Yeah, so basically all of the story of Theo and his wife cheating on him and him stalking the person who was cheating on her, that was all the past. It was being told like that was present day, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So he had been the one who had been stalking Alicia.
Yeah.
He was the one who tied her up and like broke into her home. And yeah, she had written all of this down in her journal because I think it was right after he like stabbed her with the morphine,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So she was like writing it down quick before she was like, I'm gonna go. But yeah, we basically learn that he had broken into her home, had tied her up, and then is sitting there. Gabe comes home, ties him up too, and he's like, all right, Gabe, I'm gonna give you a choice. Like, I'm gonna kill one of you. You get to pick. And then he starts counting, and Alicia's like, okay, well, like, obviously he's gonna choose me to live. Like, he loves me, whatever. So that's what she's anticipating, but right at the very last second, Gabe is like, I don't want to die.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? Like, you're condemning me to death, right? So what Theo does is he shoots, and Alicia's like fully expecting that she's gonna die, right? But she doesn't, because he shoots the ceiling. He looks at her and is like, don't say a word, shush, don't say anything. And Gabe is freaking out, basically. He's like, oh my god, she's dead, this, that, whatever. He's crying, sad, all of this shenanigans. Theo then leaves the gun, unties Alicia, and he leaves. And then she is like, bro, you just like condemned me. Like, you didn't kill me, but you killed me. So she goes and walks and looks Gabe in the face, and she is the one to kill him. Yup. Which is why we didn't really talk about this much, but the painting that she had painted right after she had killed him was
Alcestis.
Alcestis which is based on a Greek tragedy where a man essentially gives up his wife to go live with Hades to save his own life, and she comes back from death basically, and is just looking at him like, bro, like, what?
Yeah.
you condemned me for nothing. So,
And she's also mute.
yes,
in the tragedy.
and she's also mute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was why she painted that.
I have a couple questions. Number one, when she was found with, Gabe shot, they said that her wrists were slit. I forget, in the journal, did she say that she did that, or how?
She didn't say that she did that, but like she did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Second question, while we were recapping this, also while I was reading this, I was confused. Because if Theo is the one who shot her up with morphine, when did he do this? How did he have access to it? How did it happen? How did nobody else see him? And why would he mention that somebody did it? You know, like if they didn't catch that when she overdosed, why would he like say that? I don't think it.
Well, he did it so he could pin it on someone.
I guess that makes sense. But when did he do it? But okay,
He must have like right after she confessed that, he must have come back, stabbed her, brought the empty pill bottle, like put her in a room and brought the empty pill bottle there, and then went home.
Yeah.
And then she just wasn't discovered until later.
That would make sense.
It's the only thing I can think of, but
Yeah.
that is kind of that's a good question. Kind of doesn't make a ton of sense, but
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't. I feel like that was a plot hole.
I kind of agree.
Okay, secondly, they never. Okay, while I was reading this, my theory was that Max had something to do with it. I thought that he was the one who killed Theo or something, just because they brought up that he had kissed her, and then it never got, like, fully acknowledged by either Tanya or, like, Theo never talked to him about it. And then he showed up, like, when she overdosed, he showed up at the hospital or the clinic and was like, what happened, like, whatever. He was so concerned. So it was just so weird. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say I didn't have it entirely figured out. I was really suspicious of Theo. Oh. It seems cold to be on a boat right now.
Girl, yeah, the sun went down. It got chilly. Also, I don't think they were from the Humane Society. I think it's just owners that come in for dog training.
Oh.
Because
that's
they're all
cool.
going their separate ways now.
Aw, he's so cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was very suspicious of Theo kind of from the start because he seems so like obsessed with this case in a way that didn't make sense to me. And I kind of started to piece it together when he said that he was following somebody. I was like, oh, I think that when in her diary entries, when she was like, oh, someone's following me, I'm like, I think it's Theo. I didn't piece together that like what was happening with his wife Kathy was like the past. I thought that maybe this was like two separate incidences and that like he was the one who followed her, and I thought that he had killed Gabriel and then left and essentially like framed her for it. But yeah, I didn't put that together. But yeah, his obsession with this case seemed so weird to me. And I also, anytime he talks about like when he talks about, it was very self-centered. It was never like, oh, like what happened? Like, why is this happening? It was like, it was all centered around him. I don't know. I just like, I had a suspicion, but yeah, he was a very interesting character to read about.
That is so cute. Sorry, guys. A baby was just basically interacting with a dog, and it was so adorable.
They're besties.
Yeah, also a couple different times throughout the book, they reference how like a therapist is just somebody who never fully overcame their own personal trauma, and then it just like when we discover his story and what he went through, and then with him being so obsessed over this, it's just very odd. I definitely thought that there was something wrong with him. I just didn't realize that he was the stalker and that it was him until it literally said it in the book. Like, I did not pick up on it because I think I just wanted it to be Max so bad, or like John Felix, or like somebody. I mean, I definitely didn't expect it to be Theo, but I just wanted it to be somebody, like another character that was introduced, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. It still did catch me off guard. Yeah. It was very well written.
Yeah.
Because I also did not know that that those were flashbacks.
That was my favorite part of this book. Was I don't think I've ever read, at least not that I can remember, I've never read a book that had flashbacks that weren't explicitly like, these are flashbacks, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And had it explicitly said, like, you know, it had like dates or whatever, showing that it was a flashback, I don't think it would have been as like compelling of a story.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have been easier to piece together.
I think that's exactly why she did it that way.
Exactly. And I loved that. I'm like, that is so smart. Like, I loved that. I'm like, more books need to hop on that because what the heck.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I also really liked that she was a painter. I thought that the connections between like her art and stuff as like a form of expression, and then trying to figure out why she did that and how, like, what story she's telling through her art was a really like another cool level to it. I don't know. Yeah.
Overall, very interesting book. I would recommend to anybody who wants to read a thriller.
Yeah.
I felt like this was a semi fast-paced book for me.
Yeah.
Like, once I started reading it, I kind of just kept reading it.
I can't find what I'm looking for. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so that was The Silent Patient.
Yeah.
Next week, we haven't talked about what we're reading next week, so it's going to be a surprise for all of you. But thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Come back again in 2 weeks, because now we post bi-weekly. And yeah, follow us everywhere. Show us some love.
Instagram, YouTube.
All the things.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Catch you guys next week. Sorry, in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.